Another planet comes to mind. Earth appears to be very similar to ours, with diverse ecosystems and a diverse range of flora and fauna. It would almost certainly have a similar atmosphere and a climate, as well as oceans and land masses. However, there may be some differences in types of life forms that evolve and thrive on the planet, as well as differences in the geological features and resources available. While it's possible to imagine another planet that could support life as we know it, it's currently unknown if there are other Earth-like planets in the universe with similar conditions to our own. Many scientific efforts are underway to find and study exoplanets, but none have been confirmed to be as similar to Earth as we would like. Welcome to a new episode of Imagine That. Hope you're doing well. Today we will discuss Imagine that we could travel to the other worlds. Before we start, make sure to hit the subscribe button with notifications turned on to get notified when we update videos like this one. Let's get into this video. The Earth. Assume we have discovered another Earth-like planet orbiting a star in the habitable zone. To be suitable for life, this planet would need to have certain characteristics, such as the proper size, a solid surface, and a magnetic field to protect it from harmful radiations. Another identical planet would be different by now. We assume you mean another planet of the same size and composition, about the same distance from a similar star rather than a carbon copy of Earth. Life would exist on such a planet. It would most likely not to have a large moon like ours. We might not even have a moon like Venus. There would be oceans and mountains. Without a large moon, the spin axis instability would cause the weather to be very different, making it difficult to establish a large life on land. Extreme winds would be expected. Sea life would most likely be abundant. Even hot and cold phases of the planet would not stop life as they do on Earth, and may even accelerate evolution underwater. Water life could not use fire and thus could not be technological. Land life would most likely be limited to very short periods or underground life. Even without the moon problems, the chances of some life from developing a technological society are slim. They become insignificant as a result of it. However, the surface characteristics would differ. It may have larger or smaller continents, various types of mountains, and various landforms. It could also have a different number of moons, affecting its tidal patterns and gravitational fields. The atmosphere is another factor that could have an impact on the planet's environment. To sustain life, it would require the proper mixture of gases, such as oxygen, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen. The composition and thickness of the atmosphere, on the other hand, could differ, influencing the planet's climate and weather patterns. Imagining another planet Earth, one of the most important factors to consider is its distance from its star. The Earth is in what scientists refer to as the habitable zone, which is a range of distances from a star at which a planet can have liquid water on its surface. Because liquid water is required for life as we know it, any planet like Earth must be in a habitable zone. The planet would also require a star with a similar temperature and luminosity to our Sun. The planet's orbit around its star would have an impact on its environment as well. If the planet is too close to the star, it may become too hot for life to exist. It may be too cold if you travel too far. The planet would have to be in the habitable zone, which is the region of space around a star where temperatures are just right for the liquid water to exist. The environment. We could imagine that if the new world was in a habitable zone and had liquid water, it would have ecosystems similar to ours. Plants and trees would most likely range from lush tropical rainforests to arid deserts, each adapted to the specific conditions of the planet's climate and geography. Depending on the planet's atmospheric composition and the types of photosynthetic pigments used by the plants, these plants and trees may have different colors and textures than those on Earth. Carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, and phosphorus chemistry would almost certainly be the foundation of life. You may discover an alternative to RNA and DNA, or you may discover that RNA and DNA are common but do not function exactly as they do here. For example, the coding for proteins could be different. When it comes to protein, amino acids will be the foundation of life almost everywhere. Proteins connect them to form enzymes and body structure. We couldn't metabolize chiral amino acids that were the opposite of ours. Animals with a diverse range of species adapted to various environments and niches. There may be mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, insects, and a variety of other animals, each with its own adaptations to the planet's conditions. Depending on the specific challenges posed by the planet's environment, some animals may have evolved to have features that are radically different from those found on Earth. There could be continents, oceans, and mountain ranges on the planet, but they could be arranged differently than on Earth. The planet could, for example, have a single supercontinent or several small continents scattered across its surface. Mountains on the planet could be taller or shorter than those on Earth, and geological formations such as volcanoes or geysers could exist. Depending on the planet's history and evolution, the atmosphere could have a similar composition to Earth's, with nitrogen, oxygen, and other gases. It could have a completely different composition. For example, the planet's atmosphere could be thicker than Earth's, resulting in higher atmospheric pressure at the surface. This could have serious consequences for the planet's climate and ecosystems, as well as any human or alien settlers would try to settle there. The physical characteristics of the planet would also have an impact on the ecosystems that exist on it. We know that Earth has a diverse range of ecosystems, ranging from dense rainforests to arid deserts, as well as a diverse range of plant and animal species. If we imagine another planet like Earth, we can expect it to have a diverse range of ecosystems and species, but they may look and function differently due to the planet's unique characteristics. For example, if the planet had a thicker atmosphere, it could support a variety of plants and animals adapted to the higher atmospheric pressure. If the planet's gravitational pull was weaker, organisms could have evolved to be larger and with different body structures than those on Earth. If the planet had a stronger gravitational pull, organisms may have evolved to be smaller and more compact to withstand the gravitational forces. Human life on Earth. Let us now imagine what life on this planet might be like. The first question we must address is whether life exists on the planet. It's possible that this planet will be barren and devoid of all life. On the other hand, it's possible that it's teeming with life, either similar or dissimilar to our own. If there is life on the planet, it could manifest itself in a variety of ways. It's possible that it would be like Earth's life, complete with animals, plants, and microbes. These organisms may have evolved to adapt to the planet's unique conditions, such as different gravity levels or atmospheric compositions. Animals and plants, for example, may have evolved to be stronger and more resilient if the planet has a higher gravity than Earth. They may have thicker stems, larger muscles, and dense bones. Plants and animals would have adapted to breathe differently if the planet had a different atmosphere than Earth. The environment of the planet would also play an important role in shaping life on the planet. For example, if the planet has a harsh climate, organisms may have evolved to be more resistant to extreme conditions like high winds, freezing temperatures, or intense heat. If intelligent life exists on the planet, their culture and society would be different from ours. They may speak different languages, have different customs, and follow different religions. They could have different technologies and ways of living based on the resources available on their planet. Humans could potentially colonize the planet if it is habitable and lacks intelligent life forms. The first step would be to send unmanned probes to study and collect data on the planet. We could send manned missions to the planet to establish colonies once we have enough information. Finally, imagine another planet. The topic of the Earth is both exciting and fascinating. The planet would need to be the right size, have a solid surface, and have a habitable zone to sustain life. If there is life on the planet, It could take many different forms, adapting to the planet's unique conditions. Humans could potentially colonize the planet, but they would face numerous challenges, such as establishing a base camp, constructing habitats, and establishing sustainable food and water sources. Despite these obstacles, exploring and colonizing another planet has the potential to open up new frontiers for humanity and pave the way for a better future. That's all for today. We hope you liked this video. Let us know in the comments. How would you imagine the new world? See you in the next video. Please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get new updates.